this summer, it is Michael Trindade from Brazil. And I tell you what, when you watch him get in the ring, watch how much he moves. Between rounds, he's sometimes not even in his corner, you know, and it's easy to get the impression that maybe there's a lack of focus, a lack of concentration, you know, a lack of discipline, that maybe he's not serious. And I tell you what, you fall for any of that and you will fall to him like so many boxers before have, which is why he is a qualified Olympian. Terry Washington, a young man that I've had the pleasure of speaking to many times, who talks about just what it means to him to be here and what it means for him to show his ability against qualified Olympians. This is a young man that has had an outstanding tournament. He won the USA Team Olympic Trials in Lafayette in December. This is a young man that is on a roll. We'll see what he can do against an individual like Trindade today. Both boxers taking a moment to feel each other out. You saw Washington step forward first to let one go in this contest. And I will say something now. Already you can see in this contest, the Brazilian, the Olympian, Michael Trindade, is more serious in the first moments of this bout than I've seen him this week. And that tells you that he knows what Terry Washington has done this week as well. Left hand gets in for Trindade in that exchange. Now Washington stepping forward and doubling up his lead left hand. Boxing from that southpaw stance, that right-handed jab. Always a concern when you have that matchup of the southpaw versus the conventional boxer. You got to be careful with the front feet. You got to be careful with the clash of heads. All those things come into play much more often as you see Trindade miss over the top as the boxers come together. Keep your head up, says the official. Trying to work with his free hand inside during that last clinch. Was Washington stepping forward and leading with that left hand. And that's something that maybe you get more of an opportunity to do as a southpaw boxing a right-handed boxer. Is this much of an adjustment for Trindade? Certainly, he's boxed many southpaws before. How many of them? The quality of Terry Washington. Big right hook missing over the top from Trindade. The official telling Washington to keep his head up. I gotta tell you, if I was in there, I'd have put my head down too with that right hook coming. Washington again doubling up that lead left hand. I like the work with the left hand of Trindade. And now you're starting to see Trindade. You see the hands are starting to go down by his waist a little bit more. It tells you that he's starting to feel more confident. Less than 10 seconds left in the round right now, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get a chance to see what the judges think about what we saw in the first round. And if you press me, ladies and gentlemen, I'll say the blue corner for round number 1. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, 10-9 on all 5 cards for the blue corner, and that is the Brazilian Michael Trindade. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is where the chess match starts, right? So you have, obviously, you want to be ahead, of course, and that is what Trindade is right now. Now, going into the second round, you see the coaches, Coach Billy there in that red corner talking with Washington, talking about all the things that he saw, all the things that he didn't see, and what he expects from Washington in this second round. We will, of course, see adjustments from Washington. And then we'll see what adjustments Trindade makes to those adjustments, and that's where the fun will begin. But you certainly could see a more confident posture from Trindade as that first round continued. But you see how Trindade starts the second round. Much like he did the first round. Both boxers taking their time to select their spots, very cautiously approaching their opponent. Washington stepping forward with that lead left hand that gets through. Gets a bit of a roar from the crowd. Washington seems as though he's decided that lead left is going to be his weapon of choice. I don't know if that's something that he has seen. Prior to today, but you can see he definitely wants it. Trindade. Both boxers pawing with the jab, neither boxer throwing it with any conviction. Washington throwing the lead left toward the body. And as you see, as the round continues, now look at the hands of Trindade. Much lower than when the round started. And does that mean that he feels that he has more of the timing of Washington down? Maybe. I don't know. But as he grows in comfort, you notice the way the positioning of his hands changes. Sporadic action from both boxers in this contest so far here in the second round. The difference in the two is that Trindade has one in his hip pocket already, winning that first round unanimously. Washington with the lead left hand again. As you see, Trindade raising a fist to the judges. Washington doing the same. That takes us to the end of round number 2, as you see. Triumphantly and very proudly, Trindade walks back to that blue corner. And that's because he knows, he feels pretty good about his performance. 3 of the 5 judges at ringside give that second round to Trindade. The other 2 boxers give it to Washington. I thought Washington did a better job of getting that left hand through, as we see Trindade and that team from Brazil. Again, a qualified Olympian. You can't say that enough. You can't say that too much, because it absolutely matters. It speaks to what he has accomplished, not just during his amateur career, but where he is right now. Once an Olympian, always an Olympian, but he's headed to the Paris Games. That says something about what he is doing currently in his amateur career. Terry Washington doesn't have that accolade as part of his resume at the moment, but beating an Olympian sure would sound nice, and that's something that he's after. But he also knows that he is down on the cards. So in terms of the chances that we're taking, that may matter. Now, as we see Trindade in the neutral corner with the physician at ringside, making sure that he is okay. Now you see the boxers come together in the center of the ring. And this is what you're going to get here in this third round. Washington knows that he's down on the cards, and Trindade, that's right up his alley, having Washington be more aggressive. He wants to counter. Washington trying to get in and get out. Again with the left hand from Washington. And again with the left. Now missing over the top with the left as he comes forward is Washington. Don't anticipate as the official. It looked as if maybe the boxers were expecting the official to step in. Maybe Washington thought they were going to. The official did not, and it allowed Trindade to work a little bit inside. Again, reaching with the left hand is Washington, and again. This is a bout that may not be long enough for Washington. The official cautioning Washington about slapping with the interior of the glove. Another left hand from Washington. Certainly not his intention to slap with the interior of the glove, but I think it speaks to the movement and the positioning of Trindade. Attempted to make Washington's punches ineffective, and now Washington uncorks a right hand. I tell you what, he saved it for a great moment. He hasn't thrown very many of those. And while Trindade may have been looking for that left again, Washington unloads maybe his best punch of the bout. Now back to that left hand goes Washington. Trying to sneak that right hand inside in that exchange with Washington. Trindade on the outside, under 10 seconds to go. The crowd asking for both boxers to give me something before the bell. Washington reaching and reaching. Trindade, hand raised, headed to his corner. And he may be absolutely correct about the fact that he has gotten the victory in this contest. And this is one of those bouts where it just may not be enough time for someone like Terry Washington, as we see that blue corner. And you also saw Trindade much more serious in this contest than he has been all week. You didn't see the dancing, you didn't see the bouncing. We talked about just how far he was from the corner between the rounds in his previous bout. None of that today. And you gotta give credit to the respect he has for who was in that other corner. Great job by Washington getting here to the finals today. But a very good job by Trindade. We'll see what the judges at ringside have to say here in just a moment. Let's go to Ryan Nico.
The judges have a 3-2 split decision for your elite male 51-kilogram champion. He is boxing out of the red corner from USA, Terry Washington.
Oh boy. 3-2 split decision. It is Terry Washington who will get the victory, representing the USA out of that